Hi, this is Lori from the Paint Girly channel, and I am here with my September video for the hashtag Second Saturday Stash/7 collab. And this was created and put together by Maria from Maria's Miscellany. And today, Miss Cottage, Helen, has given us our 7 items to use. And she suggests staples, journaling card, a bird image, a rub-on, a ticket, a number or numbers, and any fiber. So, as I was thinking what I might like to do and what substrate I might like to work on, I've been working in a little soft covered journal that I did with pattern tissue paper. And now I'm at the point where I'm decorating the pages, and I thought, well, why not use Helen's prompts, if you will, to decorate a page. So I have a few thoughts. I have one of these Tim Holtz photo cards, which could easily be made into a journaling card. And I pulled out a piece of fiber that will work with my book. And I've been using paper from a Stamperia collection, which one of my friends told me what it was called, but now it has escaped me. So I'll figure that out and put it in my description box. And it's got little journaling cards that go along with the paper pack. Some additional fabric. I've got a little rub-on here. I've got some label stickers. I have my tiny attacher handy. I pulled out some stamps, a little bird image, and I have a little ruler here with some numbers. So I'm going to see if I can make everything work together. So the first thing I need to do is to find an available page. And that page is available. Well, this is available too. Let me just see. I got a little bit of fiber stuck in there. And so that's the front of the book. So my choices are this. That paper's so pretty. I'm not sure I want to cover that up completely. I'm thinking maybe this. And I really am kind of leaning towards her because I think she's cool. But I think if I build a pocket, she may be a little too large. So first thing I'm going to do, oh yeah, ticket. First thing I'm going to do is trim her down. So let me get my cutter. So I hope you've all been well since our last installment. This is our final and our wrap up for this collab. I hope you have joined. All right, let's just take a little bit off each side. I'm not really measuring. I'm just eyeballing. There we go. That works good. Now, I'm going to pull out because I keep things I use regularly. I have a little drawer right next to me here, so I can use certain tools and just put them in my drawer, and one of them is my corner rounder. So I'm going to take the small side. There's some more fiber off my corner rounder and round this card because I did like that. So I'm just going to put that in here. All right. Now I think what I want to do next is, because I want that to be a journaling card, of course I want somewhere to journal. So that would be the back side. Now this has a little bit of a gloss to it. That quarter rounder kind of chewed that up a little bit there. That's not good. I think what I might like to do is to sand a little bit of that shininess off of the back of this card. I'm just not sure. I think if I use my Stays On ink, of course that will stay on. But to be on the safe side, I'm just going to take a little bit of that gloss off. So I do have a couple of stamps here where I have some lines, some journaling lines. And of course, not everyone, though. I have two different, actually I probably have more than two. That kind of fits better. So maybe I'll do that on the bottom. And then I was thinking maybe that little bird stamp or portion of that bird stamp could be on the top. So let me get out some ink. I have drawers everywhere. I have drawers. Now I like to stamp off and just make sure I'm getting a good, nice stamp. So let's see. I need some kind of stamp off paper. It's so nice if you can have your setup and everything right handy. To the left, to the right, left, right, left. All right, so I'm just going to ink up this stamp. See how I get. Oh, that stamped. That's good. Okay. I wasn't expecting that great of a stamp first time out of the gate. So I'm going to re-ink that. And I'm going to hopefully get a nice stamp on my card. I'm just pressing. I'm trying not to wiggle. Well, it's a little crooked, but as they say, it's handmade. All right, now I'm going to grab my vintage photo distress ink and a blending tool. And I just want to make sure that that's dry. It looks as though it is. And I'm going to go ahead and start inking the top part of this card. Because the back of, while I really like Tim Holtz's products, really across the board, and for the type of work that he does, he makes you put color on the backs. Everything's white. So Tim, if you're tuning in, I wouldn't mind a little something on the back of your beautiful images. All right, so I want this to grunge up pretty well. Now what I'm thinking is I'm also going to grunge up, if I can, the front side of her. Now I have an idea in mind. I don't know if it's going to work. I love torn paper and the edges of torn paper. So I thought, what would it be like if I tore some of this paper and folded it around my image? All right, so let's see. I don't want it too terribly. Now they tell me there's a right way and a wrong way to tear, and there sure enough is. I think I learned that from Maria, actually. And I always go the wrong way. So I'm tearing back. I'm trying to tear back. Now you may like, when you tear, getting that white edge, but that's a lot more to ink to get the kind of look that I am going for. So, and I think I want this a little more angled, maybe on this side. Yeah, I think that's what I want. So, just scrunching this up a little bit. You're not going to see that back side. And I'm going to fold this around my picture. That's right up under her chinny chin chin, which I think I'm going to take a little more off. See, a lot of what I do, I like to just, as they say, eyeball it. I'm going to crease that a little bit. Get out my bone folder and ink that edge as well. Now there is some writing on that paper. I think I would like it if it was torn differently. So this one I want straight down. You don't have to fuss as much as I do, but I think I want that to go not so deep. Maybe I'll go on that side. Now I'm going to layer some things. But of course, now when you use a staple, a lot of times it works very well, but sometimes you get a little bit of a wiggle. So to avoid the wiggle, I'm going to add a little bit of glue on the back of my paper there. And then once that dries, it's going to stay put, even though I put a staple in it. And I'm having a hard time closing up my glue because inevitably I forget to do that and then it clogs. I don't like it when it clogs. All right, so I'm going to add this to my card. All right. So then over here, that looks cool. So let's get my little bits off to the side. Now I want something up here and I want a little something here. So what did I do with my little bit of fabric? I don't want to lose my page either that I'm working on. I've got this fabric, but a little tiny piece of pink. Got my little ticket and I've got my rub on. This happens all the time to me. Oh my. I thought that piece of pink fiber would really look cute. If it's stuck in between. Well, let's move on. Oh, here it is under my anchor. Anchor. Now see, I've got a little edge there. So I could really wrap that as well. Let's get a pair of scissors. Yeah, that's going to look good. Okay. And then maybe a little sliver of this. You know, if you use a piece of fabric, it doesn't have to be a gigantic piece, especially if you're doing this kind of layering. Now, what I was thinking is, wouldn't it look cute if I stamped maybe the head of one of those little birds on one of these little labels? Now, that label looks like it would fit. So let's try that out. Let's see, what guy do we think would look? He's smaller. He's a good size. Let's try this guy. All right, now I'm just going to, I have two options here. So I have room to change my mind. Notice I said change my mind and not make a mistake. Let's see. You could use a little more ink. All right. So let's give this a go. Now I've got everything crooked here. Maybe I ought to straighten this up so I can get a nice stamp. So if you've been with us before in this collab, welcome back. If you're new, welcome, welcome. And I hope you've had opportunity. That looks cute, right? To work along with us. You know, sometimes you do some of these collabs and let's see, let's cover up the bird. And you make a tag or something special and you might not always use it. So this time I thought, well, I'm going to use this opportunity to work in one of my projects. All right. So let's get the journaling card back. And yeah, that's going to look cute there. All right, I'm going to use a bit of fiber. And that's one of our prompts. And I'm going to use a little piece of cheesecloth that I have dyed with an avocado skin. And it makes this lovely pink that happens to go perfectly with this journal. So I'm going to put that on the top like that. Now what I have here in this glue container is some golden matte medium. So I'm going to put some of that down. This has a little tiny needle that goes into that. Now I'm going to spread that around. Hopefully, if I get my finger out of the way, that's going to stick. Now I'm going to add some additional glue to the back of this sticker because, to tell you the truth, I don't trust them. I don't always trust the stickers. And I should have inked around the edge, which I did not. Could be done a little better. It's hard to remember everything you want to do. So we're going to add that little guy and give that a little press. Now that's going to make a really cute journaling space, if I do say so myself. And then this is going to get stapled on here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this fabric and staple. I'm going to put the smooth side. I think I'm going to put the smooth side where the lady is. And this is my Tiny Attacher by Tim Holtz. So that just adds a little something to that front side of the card. And then see, I have another little strip of fabric here that coordinates, and I'm going to use that to cover up the rough side. And for that, because I don't have my Fabri-Tac here, I'm going to use my hot glue. That's probably a little too much hot glue, but I'm going to make that work. Now, I'm thinking that's probably going to need a little tiny, some kind of a little tiny button. Now, Our instructions are to use as many prompts as we like. This might be too pink. I think that's probably the tiniest button I have. I might see if I can grunge that up a little bit. I don't think there's any smaller ones. But we have to use at least one of the prompts that one of our colleagues has given us. And I, as a personal challenge, like to use as many as I can. Yeah. Let's see if I can grunge this up a little bit. I'm so sorry, my little button container's got a bit of a squeak. I don't know if I can. It might just be enough. Now, generally, I like to put little, well, maybe I can still do it. Let's see here. Oop, I just pulled off my glue lid. I've got a little piece of twine, and if I untwist it, sometimes you can get a nice little thin, shabby piece of thread. This is the other great thing about having a designated space to work in, if you're able to do it, because you can leave stuff sitting by your work area. Now this is going to be a challenge. Oh, I did it. I did it. Gosh, this is really a little button. Oh, yay. All right, I'm going to just give that a little tie. Now my little book, my little journal is already chunky, and the chunkier, the better. So I'm just going to add a little bit of hot glue here. And add my little button. That just sets it off. Right? Looks cute, right? I think I'm going to leave those little strings. Now, this side, I think we need a little something else. Now, we're supposed to use a ticket. Where's my list? A bird image we use on the other side. Oh, yes, some numbers. Well, there's a number. Oh, my ticket. There's a number on my ticket. We use the stapler. I use the fiber. I'm making a journaling card. The rub-on. See, I've got this cute little flower rub-on. I don't want to overwhelm this side. Oh, I know. I've got to build a pocket. Do I not? I need a pocket. My journaling card needs to go into the pocket of my book. I'm trying to remember. Yes, I have that fabric there. I don't have my fabric tack. I think I want a paper. I think I want a paper pocket. So I'm going to get my cutter. And I'm just going to eyeball it. Oh, that's pretty good, Laura. Pretty good. And then I'm going to go this way. I'm making this about, what, 1 3/4. Boy, I just need a little smidge off of the edge. And I did make that card narrow so it fit in that space better. I'm going to ink this edge as well, but let me just take a punch. I like to always have a punch handy. So if I want to make a little divot in a card, I can. See, it's the little details, and this is the stuff I like about journaling and creating a junk journal or journal page, any kind of a spread. Now, I think this rub-on is going to look cute right there. So let's see if I can get that peeled off. And again, you know, I think it's a good idea to add a little extra glue. Doesn't hurt to add a little extra glue. So it's not really, I mean, it was made to be a rub-on. Well, you know what? I guess this really isn't a rub-on. I'm thinking of something different. I guess you would consider this to be a sticker. I'm going to cheat a little bit and rub it. I thought it was a rub-on, but they're the ones, the rub-ons are the kind where the picture's on the plastic. So I can't take credit for the rub-on. Oh dear. All right, and now let's just see if she's going to fit in the pocket. Yeah, she will. It's going to be tough with that button. I might have to rework that button. Yeah. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take my little button off. That's one nice thing about hot glue. You can remove it fairly easy. I think I need to come up with another solution there. I mean, I have some of this. Do you save your threads? These are just little fiber threads. And I've just started to save those. So I'm going to add another little drip of hot glue right where that button was. See, these will flatten out nicely. I just feel like I need another little something there. So I'm going to let that dry for a moment. And then I'm going to come back to this and add some glue. And just 3 sides because I want to use it as a pocket. All right, so I'm just going to hold that in place for a few seconds. And then, silly me, I think I can put my glue lid on. I love these needle noses, but boy, sometimes they give you fits. All right. So now I'm thinking I need a little bit of raggedy fabric up here. So when we take the journaling card out, this still looks adorable. So this fabric, I really don't know what it is. It's not really upholstery fabric, although it kind of looks like that. So I'm going to put that down there. And I really need my Fabri-Tac. If that doesn't, oh, I know, I can staple it. Yes, let's staple that. Staple that on. And again, I'm putting the rough side up because then I have some, let's see, I had some words somewhere. Let's see if I can, without doing too much damage. I tried to get everything all straightened up and neat. And I buried some of the things I was using earlier. I know I have words here. I've got them. Now, because this is also a pattern tissue little book, I'm thinking I might like to put a little bit of this tissue paper here as well. Just a little smidge. It's all about layering, right? Let's put a little bit of that down. We'll just offset that a little bit. And then what I like to do now, I haven't done it with this one because I don't think I had the idea when I first started to do this kind of art. So I just take my inker, my blender, and just go over these letters and these words. And I think I'm just going to pick out maybe little moments. And I'm going to make sure my edges are inked very well. Now this is quite sticky, but again, to just be on the safe side, I'm going to add a little additional glue. And I'm just going to put that right on top of my, if you will, little cluster. So that when I take my tag out, or my journaling card, I should say, my page still looks cute. So I think I'm going to call that finished. So I hope this is glued down. I hope I let that sit well enough. So I used the Tim Holtz photo. I think that's what he calls them. I'm not really sure. And then on the back, we stamped the lines for journaling. We added some fiber. We used a staple. I added a bird image. All right. And that's going to go in the pocket. Maybe I should put it the other way, because that's where we did the work. I think it's still wet. That's going to go in there, but I'm not going to force it because it's still not quite dry. And then I'm going to add this ticket, because ticket was also, now ticket's not going to be part of my journaling card, but it's going to go in my pocket. My fibers are sticking. Goodness, I wish I could push that in there. I just don't want to pull it up and tear it if it's not, dry. There we go. It's still a little bit of thickness there. And I'm good with stuff sticking out the top of my book. So there you have it. September's hashtag second Saturday /7. Geez, it's been fun. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Maria and Helen. These were great items to work with. It was really fun. This has been a great experience. Don't forget, if you visit Marie's Miscellany, you'll find all the information that you need to join the collab and to also use this month's items. Thanks so very much. Thanks for visiting my channel and watching this little video. And I hope to see you soon. And don't forget, take time to be creative and enjoy the journey. I'll see you around in the craft world. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.